A new day, a new gift, a new chance, a new opportunity. With this, I welcome you to Morning Spring. Today, the 10th day, Tuesday, 10th of December, year 2024. Thank you and welcome. Good morning from wherever you view us from. Possibly it's afternoon at your end, or evening, or midnight, or morning like we are. This is 7:05 a.m. From this end. So I like to say welcome to Morning Spring today. Femi Ojo is my name, and you're very much welcome. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you. And of course, I'm not alone in this room this morning. Uzoms is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi.
Yeah.
Good morning, our dear listeners. Welcome to another show, another round of Morning Spring, and we hope you're enjoying it.
Yes.
You'll have a blessed morning.
Yeah, they will enjoy it as well. How was your night?
Cold?
Cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yours?
Well, it was good. Cold.
Okay.
Don't let me give a go at you because of the single Pringles problem. But it's okay. Some of us we have it covered. So
right.
if easy, you know what they say. If easy, run.
Drum.
That's just the way it is. But then the weather, the atmosphere is a bit chilly. I think today was fair than what happened yesterday. Yesterday was extremely cold in the morning, but this morning appears to be a bit fair. It's the season, is where we're at right now.
Yeah, it's the season.
When the Yuletide is almost upon us, these are some of the signs. The haze in the weather, the cold, the harmattan.
Exactly.
Actually, and this is the season where you see people's leaves get
Tapped.
dried, and some it will break.
Yeah.
The heels, the legs and everything, and people will be coming, in a kind of funny way. I don't want to put a color to that, but then it's Mother Nature, and we don't have anything over that. You just have to find.
You don't have a choice.
Coping.
Yeah,
You just have to cope with that. And people moving around with lip gloss right now, even men.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the one we color, just normal.
Yeah,
the nude.
just the normal
Is
one.
it nude they call it, or what?
Well,
normal color.
It's not nude actually.
Not like this one that you have. Okay, because I can't imagine myself drawing something like what you have. And
of
then
course.
all the hell will broke loose. Then you'll be painting some kind of image to some persons. But then it is what it is, a way out to flourish. And there's a time where you struggle with your children. Some of them are having their exams right now.
Yeah.
Most of them, some are even almost through
with theirs.
And then you struggle to get them out of bed.
Well, it's cold and
it is what it is. And you know what they used to tell you? I remember when we were younger than this, just on a lighter note. African parents will say, especially in primary or towards the end of your secondary school, they will tell you, this sleep that you want to sleep, the moment you are through with school, you can sleep.
That's your satisfaction. Yeah.
I was asking, why you
exactly? Yes.
And I was asking myself and some persons, I say, now that we are out of school, so to speak, because you are never out of school. In fact, life itself is a school. Yeah. So, but the conventional first degree certificate thing, and then I was asking the person, now that you are a man of yourself, you're a woman of yourself, no parent is, breathing down your neck. Are you sleeping the way you like?
There's no rest in life. That's just the truth. There's no form of relaxation or anything like that.
You'll be told, I just finished school. You will sleep while you... Now, nobody is pursuing you.
You'll have fun and all those things. But
yeah,
you must get up and meet up with work. Because an idle man, that means you don't want to... that means you don't want to eat.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work, you don't expect to get any remuneration for it.
No work, no suppose shop.
Have you?
And I where person they work.
They
shop. Why did they call them
workshop?
Wisdom. All right, we'll take this quick break. That's just in a lighter mode to bring that laughter out of you, because many persons are going through so many things, economic-wise, many things, especially the economy. And the Yuletide is upon us. I like to tell the parents, we were at a gathering there on Sunday, and somebody was giving a lecture, and you had to corroborate what she said. Please tone it down. The Christmas will come and go.
Exactly. I don't know why people are always
it's an event. If
breaking the bank just to make that.
It's expected because we celebrate it around here, and it's celebrated the world over. You want to get new things, especially for parents, for your children. change of clothing, change of shoes, so that on the Christmas day they come out with their tono glasses and everything is shining.
With double glasses.
Yeah, one up, one down. And by the end of the day, you might not even see the glasses again.
I'm telling you.
But then, if you have the money to go to do all that,
yeah, sure. If you have the money,
but know
do it, but
that if you don't have it, do whatever you can.
Yes.
Nobody should be unnecessarily pressurized.
Within your limits.
Within your whatever your pocket is saying.
Yeah,
and even if you have the money now, know that there is a particular special month called January.
That lasts so 400 days.
All right, we'll take this quick break. And when we return, we'll delve straight right into why we are here. Stay with us. All right, the headline segment is next. Now, I will be starting from The Guardian newspaper. A couple of, headlines here, abridged, if I must say. Now, 1.1 million displaced as 77% of IDPs seek to return home, says MBS. The MBS is the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics. 1.1 million displaced as 77% of IDPs seek to return home. And of course, you know what they say, home is home. There is no place like home. And these are persons that have been displaced by, act of criminals called terrorists, abductors, who have sent them from their ancestral homes to wherever they are making to be their homes right now. They are seeking 77% of them, are seeking to return home. That is from a whopping 1.1 million IDPs, and that's from the Bureau of Statistics. Now, away from that, and you can see many of them, especially from the northeastern states, and you can find them because they ran away from those states. Most of them, some of them, I think there is an IDP camp even in Edo State, as far as Benue State, because of the sacred nature of life. People have to run for their lives, and most of them are returning. I mean, they are seeking to return home. To return to what right now? The place they seek to return to is safe, now that we have some of these criminals scattered all over the place. Even with the interventions of the military, we hope they will be able to have a safe return back home and pick up the pieces of their lives. Now, below that, federal government assures Nigerians of positive economic outlook in 2025. You better walk the talk. Nigerians wants to see that. The first year of this administration is gone, almost 6 months after the first year. That's 1 year, 6 months, or thereabout. I'm sure if there's any promise that needs to be fulfilled now, this 2025 is the time. So the federal government has assured Nigerians of positive economic outlook in 2025, and not the one that will only be in statistics and figures, but the one that will rub on the people, and the people will feel, and they would be the ones saying it, not just the Bureau. The Bureau is fine. They are doing their, very huge work that they are doing there, but the Nigerians should be able to say, yes, our lives, are now better than what it used to be. All right, and we wish the people in power all the best, but they should be truthful with the people as well, so that people can trust them. Now, away from that, tax earnings from companies up by 39% to 5.22 trillion naira amid survivor concerns. Tax earnings from companies up by 39% to 5.22 trillion naira amid survivor concerns. Okay, fighting for their lives to stay afloat. I'm talking about manufacturers, businesses, companies, but still they are paying taxes, and this is improving as well, even while those businesses are struggling to stay afloat. And lastly, here, Southeast senators backtrack on tax reform bills, urge wider consultation. This is called matters arising about these tax reform bills. And the Southeast senators has backtracked. Most of the Southern parliamentarians and persons have supported the bills from the start, but now it's like they are holding on to say, let's consult widely. And that will be all from the front page of the Guardian newspaper for today.
Okay, and the Daily Trust, we also have an abridged version of it today, this morning. We have tax reform also. Southeast Senate caucus 6 wider consultations. And the writer here says, bills attempt to usurp RMAFC's responsibilities. So more details on this on page 4 of the newspaper.
All right, very sharp one there. Is the Southeast Senate caucus still talking about the tax reform bill state?
Yeah.
And the South, Southeast Senate. How do they call them? The Indigo senators, right?
Really?
I think I'm right. Don't talk about my tone. Just leave it there, because I know what you want to do. But it's okay if there's any correction.
Yeah, but do you think somehow the Southeast, kind of trying to toe the footsteps of the Northern senators too, or the Northern region?
I think what they are saying, what we have yet is let there be wider consultation.
Okay.
Most of the Northern caucus have been Northern parliamentarians, the government's traditional rulers here have been saying, retrieve it, remove it.
Yeah,
we don't want
actually, that's what
the Southeastern caucus, the Southeast Senate caucus are saying, hold on, let there be wider consultation. So these are two different things. What they did before was, we are for it.
Yeah.
We support it. But now they are saying, please hold on, let there be wider consultation, as opposed
by the
to the Northern caucus who are saying, we don't want it, throw it out, retrieve it, remove it.
Somehow I'm thinking, do you think it's because of the whole Northern region opposition, like kicking against the whole tax reform bills, that has made other regions, that has made the Southeast to start thinking, okay, let's get a wider understanding of this whole thing?
Well, I think it is what it is, because it's bills that will affect everybody, actually, either positively or negatively. But the proponents, the government, Taiwo Yedele, the handler, and the #1 taxman in Nigeria, said there is no cause for alarm. But it seems most persons don't understand how it will work. So if the Senate caucus are saying, the Southeast Senate caucus are saying, let there be wider consultation, for me, it's okay. Let every I's be dotted and every T's be crossed, so that everybody will have an understanding. Instead of the stiff opposition to say, no, this is against us, why don't we talk about it? And by the way, that is the reason why, is an executive bill, is from the federal government, and that has been, sent to the National Assembly to say, debate it, guys, debate it. But then this is the latest development on it. Maybe before the end of the day, we'll see another one. By tomorrow, we will see another one.
I'm really sorry.
There'll be meetings and meetings.
Yeah, but I was thinking, if all of this, if the Northern region actually didn't oppose this bill, it probably would have been passed by now, because it had already passed the second reading, isn't it?
But not so fast. You know why? After the second reading, it will be sent to the related committee to check on it, because after the plenary, you send it to a committee that is concerned with whatever bill we are bringing. They will now sit on it. The committee will now call for public hearing.
Okay.
So everybody will now come and say, so bills are not that fast, except some obnoxious bill that has to do with national anthem.
Oh yeah, that was possible. Like
a bill that is of this magnitude cannot just be rushed. Although many persons are saying, why the haste, the rush is there, but then
actually it
looked like it.
Yes,
and there was a haste.
Yes.
But
it was kind of rushed, if not
because
for
money must be made.
Serious opposition.
Tax is about revenue, and so money must be made. And these are some of the issues.
Everything revolves around money, actually.
Of course, the federal government are saying we need money, and it must come from somewhere. So I think that's the reason. I'm not holding brief for them. I'm not the Senate spokesman, the House spokesperson, the spokesperson to the president, at least for now. So that's the way it is. Okay. All right, moving on to the Punch newspaper. The Punch for today. No vacancy comments. No vacancy comments. ACF, Atiku, others lampoon presidency over 2027 poll. No vacancy comments. ACF, that's Arewa Consultative Forum. Atiku, former vice president, others lampoon presidency over 2027 poll with a rider. Nigerians can vote you out in 2027. Atiku wants presidency. Akume can't decide who will contest the poll. That's coming from the PDP. Judge Akume is the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and he has spoken about, how they are on a range of things actually, and maybe there is that no vacancy comment, meaning the government is doing well and they are going to come back in 2027, and the oppositions are kicking.
We've been saying it's Tinubu till 2031, and
Who are the we?
I've been seeing it online, like Tinubu
It's
till
better
2031.
It's better you clarify, because when you say we have been, I don't know the
we've
we.
been seeing it
I'm
online.
not part of the we. But it is what it is, and the oppositions are kicking to say Nigerians are the only ones who reserve the right.
Yeah, you
to
can
vote
decide
you in,
actually.
vote you out, actually. But then,
And 2027 is still a bit fast. Why are we just
okay,
carried
maybe not
over
for
it all?
politicians. Maybe not for politicians.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Politics.
And below that, Sanwo-Olu opens Ifako Road Bridge. Okay, you can see the shining tar asphalt there, and it looks very beautiful, at least as it stands. And Sanwo-Olu opens Ifako Road and bridge. We hope the infrastructure will be maintained as well. And one thing comes to mind, when you see such a beautiful infrastructure like this, but then maybe a time comes when people want to protest about something that has happened, and maybe duly so, you now see people, protest, and in that process of protesting, destroy these infrastructures. You see such a beautiful asphalt, looking shining and all beautiful. And this is for the use of the people as well, because not only government officials apply the trade on it, but you now see people gather tires, stuff, put it on it and do a bonfire. So what do? The moment the fire is burning, the flame is there, the heat, the quality of that asphalt is being affected. The stretch will happen. And if you're supposed to use 10 years, the lifespan has been reduced. Yeah. And you are saying the government is not even trying. The little they are doing, you are destroying it as well. And that's one thing that will usually, just to protest, you are burning tires on the road. The stretch will happen, and then that road will give way in no due time. But we hope we can always do better, because people only resolve to protest most times when they feel their voice is
not heard. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's a clue. It's a good shot. Whoever has shot, the photographer that did this has done a very, very good job. Now, some might say, is it about the photographer or that the project is good? I think both. The shot is fine and the infrastructure is nice.
It's not easy to be a photographer, actually.
Okay. Okay. All right. Will you tell me more about that after the show? Now, Yuletide, Southeast South airfares jump to 287,800 naira. Again, Yuletide, South airfares jump to 287,800 naira. Talking about airfares, right? So, and I'm not sure there is any region like these two regions who go home
during the Christmas season.
Like these two regions. I'm not sure there's any, especially the southeasterners.
Yes.
And most of the southerners as well. But so how do they cope at this time? A ticket averagely is selling for 287,000 naira. 287,800 naira. That's almost like 288,000 naira. Yeah. And I'm not sure it's a return ticket.
No, most persons actually
planning Lagos to
travel.
Village, and you have like almost 600,000 naira on you only on transport.
Yeah, and then imagine those with their family complete. They have a wife and maybe 3 children, but they still believe in we have to go home. We have to go home. How about those coming from outside the country? There are still those that come in from outside the country down to the east just to celebrate Christmas. They feel like if they don't get to the soil, something different is going to happen. So maybe
not. Maybe it's just a time of
gathering. That's the only time you have to gather with the whole family,
and everybody's complete. You see your siblings, you see the children. If any child has been born during the year, that's the time you get to meet. The cousins, your nephew, your nieces, and all of it. It's because of the lifestyle that we operate here. It's a communal kind of living. But then your pocket must agree with your ambition.
It has been said in
your
this
plans.
time that if you don't have up to it, don't kill yourself. Just stay where you are. Like,
or if you can't do airfare, why not travel by road?
Oh, some persons don't like road. Actually, the road is tiring.
If they don't like the road, that means their pocket must like the air.
Oh, well,
it's as simple.
Sometimes they could do it like maybe only the man will have to travel back and leave the family behind.
Okay.
Just to, maybe the grandma wants or the mom wants to see the man or the dad.
Or those that might want to get married. You come to the village.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that.
All right, but everybody should know what to do. I mean, to do at this time.
Yeah.
That's why you have to make your decision. Because you go to a village, you come back.
You have to pay school fees.
Reality.
Feed.
Even apart from school fees, even if you are alone as a single person, the bills are already waiting for you. But if you can afford it, why not? But if you can't, I'm not sure anybody should join the bandwagon. If you can afford it,
have fun.
Oh,
That's just it.
Really? You look like somebody who wants to. All right, away from that. Defamation. Pharaoh Timi gets 50 million naira bail to submit passport. We looked into this story yesterday and there was an update. He has been granted bail to the tune of 50 million Nigerian naira. And he's to submit his passport as well. We'll look into that, shortly. And Ajayi filed suit to stop Ayedatiwa as Ondo governor. All right, all the best to Mr. Ajayi Agbola there. Nigeria's debt profile, burden for current and next generations. That's coming from Olusegun Obasanjo, former Nigerian president. That Nigeria's debt profile will be a burden for this current administration. I mean, for this current generation and the next generations to come, in plural, next generations. Now, 3,270 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military service. Update. You know what they say? That's about the U.S. That's another route. You want to join the U.S. Army, and then you become an American citizen, but through the military service. So you join today, you are posted to Kandahar in Afghanistan. Of course, you are in the service of your nation. You are posted to Yemen. You are posted to Syria. And you have any peacekeeping mission. This what you sign up for? That's just the way it is. 3,270 Nigerians gained American citizenship via military service. All right. Kayamo, FCCPC differ on Air Peace probe. Air Peace. Now, tax reform, National Assembly caucus meetings delay talks with AGF. Okay, it is what it is. Many meetings, and maybe nocturnal in nature, sometimes have been happening about these tax reform bills. You know what they say about money? Anything about money. I think this is the biggest concern almost everybody at every levels have had about a particular bill or bills in the longest time.
It's overstretched. Like
everybody's
talking about,
especially people in power. This section of the country, that section of the country.
Everyone is interested in how
level of leadership,
especially how the money is going to be shared.
That's just the problem. How are we going to make this money, and who will receive what?
That's the major issue there.
Some feel it's against us, it's for us. No, money. Owo in Yoruba, ego in Igbo language, Kudi, and in Hausa language, the colloquial English speakers, pidgin, kola, and pepe, do, whatever you choose to call it, is very important. And so these kind of eyebrow should not really be a surprise. It was surprising at the beginning, but then consultations here and there. We hope Nigerians will get better out of it. And that'll be all from this segment for today. When we return, you already know, Daily Pharaoh Timi has been given a bail of 50 million. If you can do that, submit his passport, then it will be, granted the bail. So how will he do that? But then that's his prerogative, is his concern. He has already had his day in court, but then there are matters arising on that particular matter. When we get to the conversation segment, you get to hear a lot more. And it's not just about the bill. It's about the way things have been done. It's about the rule of law, exactly. The right to life, the right, of freeborn Maybe it's taking too far, maybe it's not taking too far. The actions of the stakeholders in this matter, the court, the judiciary, the justice officers, and of course, judicial officers and the Nigerian police on this matter, apart from the plaintiff and, the defendant as well. It will be a very important conversation this morning. That will be on the first leg. We have, another conversation set up for you. It's a potpourri and a very robust one for this morning. It's the Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Stay with us.